Man, we are live here. I'm sorry, everybody. Give me just 1 second to make sure I mute the phone here real quick. Make sure we got all that stuff going on. So 1 second with that. Here we go. I'll throw that baby over there. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. And you guys know me. I am I'm definitely more of a cut it up kind of guy. It's kind of hard for me to be live, and it'd be really a hard transition for me to do like radio or something like that. It'd be a hard transition there. So, but for me, for the most part, being able to cut things up, being able to adjust things, that's when I typically do my best. So, first of all, what we are all here for. Thank you all so much, dude. It's taken me so long here to get to this point. 27 months. I've been making videos for 27 months. We're gonna go over actually what happened with the channel because there's been a lot of changes with the channel. Okay, I won't say there's been a lot of changes. There's been some slight changes with the channel. So there's certain things that I've kind of slowly slithered my way. Channels will evolve over time, but for the most part, you get to the point where you're like, well, I want to go in this direction, and then you're like, well, my audience is pulling me in this direction, and I actually noticed this, and I noticed that, and you kind of maneuver your way through everything like that. So I've got a short little presentation here that we're going to go through. I will need everybody's input on it because, as a matter of fact, there is going to be a plea for input on it towards the end here because I want to make sure that what I'm doing is satisfactory to my friends here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off on the comments at the end. Like I said, I want everybody to get in the comments right now. Let me know how things are going. I will go through the comments at the end of this presentation because I'll be able to answer some of your questions here, and things like that. And remember here, okay? Remember here, this is my channel is monetized. If you accidentally tipped me, I would not be upset. That if I suck, you let me know you suck. Now comment and like and subscribe, everything like that. But if you did that, I would really, really appreciate that. But we're gonna go through my slide real quick. Kind of go through, a couple things that we're gonna talk about there, and then towards the end there, I'll have some input from you guys. But this is the 1,000 subscriber celebration here. And give me just 1 second here to pull up. I always forget how to do this in this system. It's so goofy. Just give me 1 second here to find out how to actually share my content. What are we doing here? No. No. Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to go present. We're going to go share screen. All right, thank you. We're not going to do that. Okay. There we go. That's what we're sharing. Boom. So you guys should be able to see this right now. So this is me 1,000 subscriber celebration that we have going on. And again, I wanted to make sure that we could kind of go through this because there's a couple things I want to hit here. I want to hit the history of the channel because the channel, dude, I'm telling you, I want to show you something that's so hilarious. What I did back in the day. If any of you guys are OG, you'll see this stuff. This is way, way back in the day. So I'll show you kind of history of the channel. I'll show you, where the channel is at right now, kind of what we're doing here because you guys have had an effect on me too. And then we'll go over the things I will be doing in the future, things I'm already planning on, things I may try. I'm not really 100% sure or sold on doing these things. So you guys can tell me whether or not you like them or not. And then ultimately, your ideas. Again, I want to make sure that, again, the whole reason why I'm doing this is because my life goal when I started this was I would love to be able to fully provide for a family while doing this for work. That would be just my live stream to be able to do something like that. But anyways, we're continuing on. Thank you so much for being here. 1,000 subscriber celebration. Let's go through the history of my channel. All right, the channel here. So the channel, okay, so listen to this. Okay, so this is how much, like, you need to just jump off the ledge here. And okay, wait, that's a horrible analogy. Okay, you need to just jump off the diving board. That's a much better, yeah, you go, that's a much better analogy. You jump off the diving board when you're doing something. I say that because my channel was created in August of 2020. So here's the plan. August of 2020, I'm gonna set this thing up. I want to get my channel going. Well, I chicken out for like 6 months. So here's where I made it goofy. I made my fantasy football team under Master Football with the logo. So I bought the logo, created the channel, and then sat on it for 6 months. Didn't do anything, and I made my fantasy football team that logo and that name. And I since I didn't have the channel to back it up, yeah. So my friends were like, "What the hell is Master Football? That's the stupidest name ever for a fantasy football team." And I'm like, "Well, it's going to be the name of my YouTube channel. That's fine." So I awkwardly just kind of kept that going. So again, channel was created August 2020. I was a wimp, couldn't make it a content until February of 2021. So come out here and I create content for February of 2021. And again, here you'll see this. So the channel originally had an angled view, but I changed that after the first 15 videos, about a month in. And big reason why was because it just didn't like the way it looked here. You'll see that it took me over a year to create my first thumbnail. And again, I was so lazy. So if anybody who here uploads YouTube videos, what you do is you upload a video to YouTube, and then it'll give you an option there. It'll give you 4 little boxes. And in those 4 boxes, it'll be like, you want to upload your own YouTube, thumbnail. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. And then it gives you 3 different pictures at random points throughout the video. And I would always pick the face that basically was me just talking to the camera. So I always pick the face that make me look the least stupid, because I was like, oh, okay, that doesn't look bad. Because some of them you'll be in a weird like pose, like your lip will be flexed or here and there. So I had this weird angled view, and then I decided I was like, okay, I'm about a year in. I'll create my thumbnails. I moved it from an angle view to a front view. My video length originally was about 5 to 8 minutes long. I was I make these quick little videos. My channel has changed since then. I also tried a couple of things. I tried Raider Tuesday. I'm a big Raiders fan. This is a connecting here. I had a difficulty connecting on with NFL content. And again, Raider Tuesday was NFL content. This is foreshadowing for the impact you guys have had as fans. Then also did some gaming streaming where I would basically have a dynasty in NCAA football 2014. Yep, I still play it to this day, still to this day. So it would be one of those games where, or one of those videos where I was like, I see people do this, so I did. I tried some reaction videos. I didn't really like that. I did a Raiders official content on Tuesdays. It didn't really catch on, and then I went to doing a live stream, or not necessarily a live stream, but I did like a game stream of NCAA 2014. And some people liked it, some people didn't. I'm not gonna lie, most people didn't like it. It was just people just didn't really care for it because you got to be really entertaining on the sticks. I'm more entertaining when I talk than I am on the sticks. I take the game very, very serious. But again, I just love that game, so I tried to make content with it. It didn't really work. So here's the big thing about this too. The channel was largely pro football and more NFL draft related at the start. Now think about this. You guys are going to have an impact on this next slide here. And it said, I created a video about Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC in July 2021. I want to say July 26th, 2021. And it said that video popped. Now think about this from a popped perspective here. That video to this day has like 250 views. Now there's certain some shorts that I'll get that in like an hour. As I just posted a short, I got 300 views in an hour. That one right there was a big moment for me because most of my other content was like 6 views, 7 views, 12 views, 20 views. It wasn't doing very well. I posted about that, and it really, really blew up from there. So we're going to connect to that. That's going to be foreshadowing. But again, I think you guys will love this. So just give me 1 second to pull this up. You guys will absolutely love this. So just stick with me here. All right, stick with me here. And then we're going to go into this. Oh, yeah, there it is. You guys are going to love this. So we're going to go to present, share screen, and window. This guy right here. So this right here was me. This is my second video ever. This is my second video ever. Why JJ Watt is an idiot if he goes to the Cowboys. And again, if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, take it easy on me. Okay, also take it easy back here. Look, I literally have, you see this? This is the angle. Okay, I got these really cheap pair of glasses that I have right here. Mine that I have right now are much more expensive. So this right here was the outdoor the light system. So I have this light here in orange and light here in green. This is the box for it. I open it up and just put it right there. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So this is what I sound like, and this is what I talk about. So go through this. Let's go through this real quick. What's up, everybody? Master Football. I'm back. It's Wednesday. I'm back. This is my second video. Time to actually talk about these things. Some of these rumors just driving bananas. Okay, it's clout chasing. We all know what it is, but we got to talk about it. Man. I mean, especially big name right now in the news, JJ Watt. Big name in the news, JJ Watt. We got to talk about it. You see how I'm like, I'm just making stuff up. I'm like, yeah. He could go. I'm gonna tell you where he's definitely not going to go. So let's get after that. So there's a couple different rumors out there. I mean, obviously, a couple different rumors. Where the Steelers is the obvious one. Brothers both play for the Steelers. All right, I can't watch that anymore. All right, we have to stop. We literally have to stop. Okay. Stop. Okay, we're done. Okay. I couldn't do much more of that. Okay, that was a tough one. Okay, but that's what the channel started as. Okay, I was like, I was over here. I was like, yeah, JJ Watt, you shouldn't go to the Cowboys because, don't do it. And it wasn't very, I didn't really put it very well together. So that did not go the way that we wanted to go. I eventually, but again, the thing about YouTube channels, if I would have started originally in August of 2020, as opposed to February of 2021, I would have 6 months to kind of realize, like, hey, maybe there's more bandwidth at the college level. And actually, as a matter of fact, when you go through this, you see that because the college level stuff really, really took off and made me have this channel where it is today. And we will share. One sec. So where the channel is at today. And again, I listened to the algorithm and subsequently I listened to you guys. So like I said, it used to be a lot of NFL content. And first of all, I also used to kind of suck at this. I'm a little bit better. I got some things I need to work on. There's some certain sayings that I say too often. Sometimes I go way too fast when I talk. So there's a lot of things I need to work on there, but I am a lot better than I was before. So by listening to the algorithm, because think about the algorithm just basically, what do you guys want? You guys click on this, you guys don't click on that. That's how it goes from there. I listened to it because it was like there's a definite underserving in college football content. There's a huge underserving in college football content that isn't the SEC and the Big Ten. The SEC gets a lot of eyeballs. The Big Ten gets a lot of eyeballs too. But then like the Big 12, the Pac-12, the ACC, the group of 5 schools, there's a ton of demand out there for that, despite the fact that the TV numbers might not say that, but there's a ton of demand out there, especially in the YouTube space, because ESPN's not talking about it. Paul Feinbaum couldn't care less what happens in the Pac-12. Joel Klatt, I think he does what he needs to do, but Joel Klatt's not over here trying to talk about, mid-level ACC teams. Actually, to be fair to Joel Klatt, I think he does. Let me take back what I just said right there. He doesn't do a bad job there. Paul Feinbaum couldn't give it a dang what's going on in the Big 12, despite the fact they had a team in the national championship. They didn't do very well there, but they did beat a Big 10 team to get there. We all forget about that. So again, there's a huge market in college football, and I've really, really navigated towards that. Now, again, I love to make anything related to football. I never want to do exclusively what the algorithm wants, because if I were to do that, I would make a lot of videos right now about this random meeting between the Colorado Regents. It's about a treasure, but it's also apparently going to the Big 12 imminently. I'm not going to touch that with a 20-foot pole. I do like a lot of aspects of conference realignment. It incorporates everything, but I think there's so many more rich stories in college football aside from that. So I want to make sure that I can talk about that. I love talking about the draft. You guys know I love talking about the draft. Occasionally I'll touch up based on some pro football content. The problem with pro football content is I don't want to say it's got McDonald's-ized. If that's even a term. There's very, very generic statements here and there. I mean, I don't like the depth of it. And it's also a crowded market there too. There's a lot of people out there talking about it. So it's really hard to get discovered in that realm. Whereas if you stick to, college football, I actually found a nice little niche here. Talk about everything college football, talk about, mid-level college football, talk about the top, talk about everything. I actually do like a lot of that stuff there. So continuing on here though, where the channel is at today, I mostly do college football content, sprinkle in some pro football content and some video game content. Unfortunately, and for those of you who don't know, Madden has been Mick awful the last couple of years. It is what it is. It's absolutely gone down in the tubes. You can tell that EA has really, really reduced the quality of it. I mean, there's features that were in Madden 2007 that aren't in Madden 2023. You can tell they just don't really care about the product. I am very hopeful. And again, unfortunately, I've been burned by many video games before, especially recently. But I'm very hopeful that EA College Football 2024 is going to be a cool game. I actually think it might be EA College Football 2025 because they always make it sound a year newer. I don't really know what happens with that. But I'm going to be, doing some of that content that probably won't happen for another, X amount of months, about 13 months until it comes out. So what I do right now, I do 4 videos a week. I do 4 shorts a week. Basically, I do the last portion of my video is always my short. Shorts really pop I'll tell you what, if you want views and you're a YouTuber, you start with long form content and break up your long form content into little tiny shorts. You will get 10 gajillion fulfillion views. It is the way to go. Like I said, most of my videos I post at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. my time, and then shorts post at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. My time. So that's what I usually do. And for the most part, I do 4. Sometimes I'll miss a Tuesday and put one on a Friday. I usually go Monday through Thursday. That's typically how it goes. I might have a live stream every once in a while. But my video length, though, has increased. Not the live streams, but the video length has gone from like 5 to 8 minutes to like 12 to 18 minutes. I had one that the other day was like 19 minutes long, and it didn't feel like very much time. But I've gotten at least decent at this. I no longer suck too bad. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and this is a big moment here for that, and I really want everybody's input on this. So the channel will continue to do 4 videos per week. I think that that process isn't going to continue. The algorithm has discovered me. I'm making money off of that. Granted, it's not very much at this point, but I appreciate everything you guys do. But anyways, that's working there. Twitter Blue is coming to Master Football in 2023, June 1st, 2023. So here's what I'm going to do here. The user experience is not going to change. So instead of posting to YouTube, links to Twitter, so as opposed to I would put like, hey, here's the video I got, come check it out. I would post that link to Twitter. I will post the video entirely on this platform. That doesn't change the user experience, but it does allow me to grow on multiple platforms. So I was trying to grow the channel on multiple platforms before. I was experimenting with Odyssey, which is kind of like a YouTube, alternative. There was also so here's again, I try not to be political here. I say one thing political here in here that's going to be funny. It makes fun of both the right and the left, so you guys will appreciate it. So Rumble, unfortunately, I tried to get on Rumble, but the problem with Rumble is all the people who are on Rumble were all people who got kicked off of or who are just pissed at YouTube for being too far left. So naturally, you went over to Rumble, and it was just a bunch of really, really far right-wing people. And I'm like, I don't really know if like there's very much demand here for college football content. There might be at some point, but at the time I was doing it, it just really wasn't there. So avoided that. I'm like, nope. And also it took, first of all, YouTube, you could upload a 10-minute video and it would take sometimes, I mean, if your internet was good, it would take like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Rumble would legitimately take like 45 minutes to upload a 5-minute clip. It was bananas. The infrastructure is still not there compared to YouTube. So again, I just kind of backed away from that. I was posting Rumble, not anymore. Now, also with that, we're also talking about Twitter because a lot of people were worried about Twitter. So I was like, well, do I want to post to Twitter? Because I know a lot of people left to go to Mastodon. And actually, no, people did not leave to go to Mastodon. For all the, again, I make fun of Rumble because it's just a bunch of right-wing people on that site. I was thinking about going to Mastodon too. However, Mastodon was either upset left-wingers who left voluntarily Twitter or people who got kicked off of the new Twitter. And that was 2 people. That was upset left-wingers and pedophiles. So, so that was the group over there. So Mastodon has not caught on very much. So I'm sticking with Twitter, okay? So it's YouTube and Twitter. I might start posting some shorts to Instagram. I just think that the problem with Instagram is Twitter doesn't care, whether or not you leave to a different site. Twitter wants you to be on Twitter constantly. Whereas Instagram, they don't like you posting links to other things outside unless it's like an advertisement. They don't want you leaving their platform. So I've noticed that it's easier. So I've fell into the realm there. I was thinking about Facebook, but I actually don't like Facebook's content and their privacy and blah blah blah. I've never gotten on TikTok, and I'm not going to because that thing's one bill away from going away. So I'm not getting to TikTok. Not doing that. But anyways, Twitter is. I do actually think that Twitter is eventually going to come for YouTube. Again, so if you get Twitter Blue, you can post up to 2-hour length long videos. Right now I have my X amount of characters, but I'm going to be posting my videos to Twitter concurrently. Basically, I don't know if there's very many people who see something I post on Twitter and go to YouTube for it directly. More so, I think what happens here is I think that my Twitter audience and my YouTube audience don't share a lot. I know my boy Fred Buller's out there. I appreciate you, Fred. You're a good guy. But for the most part, I think I'm going to try and grow my audience on YouTube and Twitter concurrently. I'll make sure, though, that anything is communicated across both. Don't worry that you're not going to miss anything from that perspective there. Again, I would say if you guys have a Twitter, follow me, okay? Just because that's where I'm most active on. I'm most likely to tweet, see it, hear it. It's easiest probably to get a hold of me there or just get my comments on YouTube. Either way, it's going to be good for that. So I'm going to Twitter Blue, going to be posting my videos concurrently on Twitter and YouTube at the same time, try and grow my audiences in both. And again, here, this is coming up here. This third point here below there. It says I will be doing a once per week gambling segment during the season, August to January. It says right here. So the big thing about this is it will be about the betting lines and some advice. I'll dip my toes into the advice perspective there, but it's going to be more about what Vegas is thinking. Again, the reason why I'm doing this is to make sure I can broaden myself to advertisers. Right now, I have a good amount of, I have a good audience, a good loyal fan base. But for the most part, I do know that I need to have like my angle, because the angle from people who like, sports is, it's like, I don't know, what's the fastest way to get an advertiser in a sports realm? It's probably to get on, some sort of gambling thing. And again, my channel is not going to be about gambling. Like I said, my 4 deep dive videos I do are going to happen every single week. That is not going to be going away. I've got a really good rhythm with that. I'm not going to mess it up. However, I'm probably going to be adding in maybe like a Friday video, maybe like a Friday morning video talking about the betting lines, see where the betting lines have shifted, see where the betting money has gone, see where Vegas thinks it's going to go. Really interested to see all that kind of stuff. I'm going to be doing that probably around August. I'll probably start early August and go probably more into like the futures betting. So who's going to win the Pac-12? Who's going to win the Big 12? Who's going to win the national championship? Who's going to win the Heisman? Kind of like, hey, what would I do here? What do I like? What do I not like? And kind of go from there. So I think that's where it's going to start. Like I said, that will be a flexible thing. I'll still, my channel, if you've been watching my channel, you subscribed to my channel before, nothing's changing except for that's going to be added on. And then again, I will continue to dabble in live streaming during the season. Again, I'm live streaming right now. It's tough to live stream when there's not a lot of content. Right? Again, I see my boy Mark Rogers. My boy Mark Rogers does awesome work. He's live streams a lot. I just have a hard time. I like to really get short and sweet with my videos. Now, short and sweet can be 15 minutes long, but I think that's what I like to do, a deep dive into something. I did the deep dive recently into South Florida, updating their stadium. They just did it a decade after they needed to. And again, I had to go through kind of the list of things that kind of happened there, because UCF did it really right, whereas USF took a little bit too long. Boise State, I think as well, they also took a little bit too long. They didn't really get themselves, in check. UCF did, and look where they are, whereas USF is now. So again, this is things I will be doing. Like I said, channel's going to remain the same. Twitter Blue's coming. The videos are going to be posted concurrently to YouTube and to Twitter. I still have to figure out how to do like a schedule a tweet. So, and actually, as a matter of fact, if you follow on Twitter, you might actually get the videos early, because what I like to do is I film my videos the night before, I post them. So I usually get done with my video, post it, get everything saved, and then I plop on bed because I'm exhausted. And then it posts that next morning about 8 hours later. I don't know if I can schedule a tweet to go out at a certain time. If you can, then I'm set, because they'll both go out at the same time. But if not, I might have to post to Twitter early. So I'm just saying, if you guys want to see my stuff, follow me on Twitter. The link's in the description. I'm just saying. But anyways, that's what's going on there. Again, probably adding a gambling segment during the season. I'm not going to be doing it. I'm not going to be doing it like in March. Like, how'd you guys do? You good? I'm not really interested in that. And then I will continue to dabble in live streaming throughout the season. Okay, here is where, and this again, attention to all of the people here that are watching right now. I need your perspective here. Is this dumb? Is this not? Let me know. So here's what I'm considering right now. I am considering, remember, keyword is considering, YouTube and or Twitter memberships. So for those of you who don't know, you can actually create a membership to where it's like, hey, hey, if you join, you get access to this exclusive content here and there, blah, blah, blah. There's certain things like that, access to merch. So you could do that with Twitter and YouTube. They both give you that capabilities here. Remember here, I am still only considering this. I'm not going to charge unless I can provide value. You notice how I said something there. I said that I'm going to consider, creating this only if I can create the value for it. So my 4 videos right now, YouTube is going to be compensating me for that. Things are good. However, let's just say I get to the point where I'm like, I'd really love it if I could do a really big video about this. And again, you see that second point down there. I'm considering very long format content, not around 90 minutes, deep dives in history, current trends, blah, 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 whatever that is. I'm considering doing a really, really long video. It would be a little slower. My videos typically, I go pretty fast in my videos. And sometimes I go too fast. That is something I do need to work on. But, I'm considering doing something like that. Now, that would be something I would be like, hey, this took me, this took me weeks to do. I'm not just going to let the algorithm do it for me. Maybe I'd appreciate a tip, something like that. But again, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm considering it, but that would be the type of thing that I would want to make sure I could provide the value for. Because again, if you're going to pay, first of all, inflation's a gazillion, bajillion, fulfillion percent right now, or whatever it is. We have my company's in Argentina. Argentina's inflation right now is 107%, something just insane. But continuing on with that, I want to make sure that, like, if you actually do skip a coffee one day, $3 a month, $5 a month, again, $5 a month, that was ESPN Plus, and I think they have upped it since then. But that's a lot of content that you're getting. Whereas for me, it's more like an attaboy. I'd have to provide the value there. So I would have to give them access to exclusive content. I give them members the ability to set priorities for me, kind of like, hey, I want direct access to you, so I can be like, hey, I want you to make this. Hey, I want you to make more of that. Hey, we actually don't like it when you make this. Something to that degree. I'd like to give you more, autonomous control of what the channel is about. So again, give members the ability to set priorities, early access to content, maybe exclusive content could be, like I said, very long form content, 90 minutes, something like that. At the bottom here too. So this one's, again, this is the only selfish thing here is I love EA Sports college football, NCAA football. My brother, so I won a Boise State's tournament, and I went to the Rose Bowl because of video games one time. Me and my brother, we went there. We watched the Rose Bowl when Wisconsin played Oregon, and DeAnthony Thomas had like 5 touches for 150 yards and a couple touchdowns. And Russell Wilson was driving for the game-winning score and spiked the ball, but the clock hit 0 before the ball hit down, and the game was over. It was such a cool game to go to. I got that from video games, man. So it's just awesome to see that. So I'm considering going back to live streaming EA College Football or making content about it when it comes out in July of 2024. So that is something for the future. More than likely next year. And again, the way that video games work, it's probably going to be like content will start to come out in like March, and then April, and then May, and then June. And I'll start to make videos about it next year or maybe it might even be a situation where the national championship, they have a special trailer or something like that. So I'll definitely be making content around that time, around that. So again, these are things I may try. Again, number one, there's no cost is coming to you guys directly up until I can justify the cost. I'm not going to sell out like that. I want to make sure I can provide the value for you guys before I start to ask for more value. You know what I mean? Okay, and last but not least, and again, I've got a couple comments in the thread right now. So it says right here, what would you like to see more of? What would you like to see less of? And what do you think about the above ideas? So again, I need you guys' ideas right now. I am going to come off here and read some of the comments and see what we got. I think I had 2 of them in there. So we'll go over here and see what we got here. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. All right, one sec, guys. Okay, so here we go. We got some comments on here. All right, easy breezy. He says, I'm hoping the college football game is awesome. People would turn to those streams for sure. I would love to. I mean, personally, I would absolutely go bananas if that game was. First of all, the game needs, again, if you guys aren't gamers out there, you need to understand something. So ever since PS5 and the Xbox Series X came out. So I got it like right when it came out. I got the Xbox Series X like immediately when it came out. And unfortunately, it came out and not a lot of games were prioritized for that. Then COVID happened, and then the Unreal Engine 5 came out. So there's multiple things that were kind of intersecting to where basically games haven't really been released very in high quality, so they kind of suck. So I'm hoping that EA College Football, which delayed, it was originally going to come out this July, it delayed to next July. I'm hoping that it comes out well. I would love to make content about that. But yeah, absolutely, I'd love to do that. And again, Lohan Nate, I love it, man. When NCAA comes out, I suggest you play live like Twitch. Yeah, and absolutely, I think. Here's the thing too about Twitch. So Aloha Nate, appreciate you. You've been doing you OG stats for Aloha Nate. So I do think so too. I think that there's going to be a demand for it, like Twitch. And again, I actually think that YouTube is coming for Twitch, and I think that Twitter is coming for YouTube. So I think that I kind of want to stay there. I heard that Twitch, I don't want to say they treat their creators bad, but I don't think they treat them as well as they can. Again, I think YouTube at this point, YouTube has the backing of Google, so it's got just boatloads of cash. So I think that I'm probably going to stick with that. Twitter, I know the same situation. And Twitter's owned by Elon Musk. They've got their portfolios hundreds of billions of dollars. Twitch, I think those is I want to say Twitch is partnered up with Microsoft or something, or Amazon. I don't know who it is, but I know that they've got some backing too. But yeah, definitely, I think that playing live would be fun. Yeah, we'll see what we got here. I suggest don't do the long videos. People don't have the attention spans, and that is another consideration, dude. Where I'm like, the cool thing about that though is that if you make really, really long form content, you can cut it up into multiple smaller segments. So I could do something like that, where if I could have multiple segments, and then I could have what you do, and the real OGs with YouTube, what they do is they post a hour or like a 3 hour long video. So it's the Joe Rogan perspective. He posts a 3 hour long podcast, and then he takes 10-minute clip, 10-minute clip, 10-minute clip, 10-minute clip, 10-minute clip, and post them out there. So instead of having one, he's got one thing that he recorded, but he's actually got 7 things that he posts out there. So he gets views from all of them. I think that you're right. I'm considering it. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what I want to do there, but yeah. But all right, hold on. Renee's here. I gave up Twitter about 5 years ago. Spent too much time trolling. I'm not gonna lie. Twitter is absolutely banana sandwich right now. It is absolutely crazy. It's crazy right now. But I do appreciate it. But at the same time, I think that again, I think Elon is going to make a move at the reason why he hired this Linda Yaccarino girl, who is she was this former like Trump advisor, but also on the World Economic Forum. I think he's trying to get her to get some ads out there. He's going to try and make YouTube the everything app. I think it's called We app, or not WhatsApp. There's some app in China where it's literally like Uber, YouTube, PayPal. It's literally just like you get on one app and you do everything you want. So I think that I'm going to try with Twitter. We'll see. The cool thing about it is that I didn't see anything in YouTube's guidelines that's going to prevent me from posting concurrently to Twitter. So I'm just going to consider doing that. All right, Bronco Nation updates. All right, dude, my boy over here. Gary Vee would suggest Facebook, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok are a must. If TikTok goes away, you can funnel audience from that platform to your YouTube and Facebook channels. And that's the thing is definitely, man. I know Gary Vee, man. I don't know about TikTok. Facebook, I have considered, but I have stopped with Facebook. YouTube Shorts, so I am a Mr. YouTube Short. I love me some YouTube Shorts. I post them. I probably need to post more often YouTube Shorts. But again, YouTube Shorts is a good perspective there. So I will consider doing that. What else we got? We got my boy, Michael Bias. Congrats from a Herd fan. Well, thank you very much, man. I hope that, is that Thundering Herd? We'll see it. What do we got? Marshall? I hope that my herd is right. Again, there's a couple of herds out there. And what else we got here? Easy Breezy, congrats on the first of many milestones. I appreciate it, bud. What else we got? Christian, congrats on Wisconsin and charge on Knights. Yeah, there you go. Hey, I'll say one thing. Okay. And I think it was Luke Fickell is going to Wisconsin. Paul Chris was the former. I went through it there. And the cool thing about Wisconsin is kind of a newer program too. I know that they've been around forever, but Wisconsin really, ever since Barry Alvarez, that's kind of been their history. And dude, Luke Fickell, I like what he does. He's a program changer. He's got a lot more resources now at Wisconsin than he was at Cincinnati. Like what they're doing. And charge on Knights, dude. UCF is the poster child for what I hope Boise State does. Again, it's basically like they're kind of the same thing. They both started in like the 1960s. UCF was in the MAC, and then they were independent. And they were here and they were there. They did everything, but they did all the necessary things. On campus stadium, upgraded here, built a medical school. I believe they have a medical school too. Did a lot of really good things to try and build up their university. That university's coming. And again, I think the big thing with the ACC is their deal is kind of negligent. Dude, it would be shocking it'd be such an embarrassment too if UCF gets a higher conference payout than Miami or Florida State. That's nuts to say that out loud, but it's not far off, dude. It's not far off. And then last but not least, we have Bronco Nation updates. We have congratulations there. So yeah, those are the comments, guys. All right, well, that's all I really planned was I just want to come up here and have a quick celebration. I've got 5 of you guys that have been here. You guys are OGs. Like I said, I don't think I want to be charging for anything anytime soon. I will be adding a gambling, segment upcoming. And again, I know he said that there. I'm gonna touch base on a long form content. I'll try it. We'll see if it works out. If it doesn't, I'll kind of back away from it. But yeah, I definitely want to go in that direction. And then Twitter, there's going to be more access to Twitter. And I know my boy Renee basically said, "Hey, I can't do Twitter. You troll people." Dude, I troll people on there. Dude, I love it, dude. Twitter trolling is I tell you what, if you ever have a bad night, just get a 6-pack and troll people on Twitter. It's amazing. But yeah, that's the direction the channel is going. Like I said, I saw that short presentation there. all 5 of you that are still there. I will leave you guys. Appreciate everything. This is so awesome. Again, I'm going to be doing this more and more often. I actually just got excited because I got, my my CPM, how much I'm actually getting paid right now. It's a little bit higher than I thought it was going to be. Again, I thought it was getting pretty low, but it actually wasn't that bad. Again, still very low. Don't worry, I'm not retiring on this situation. I also talked to my boy Kuz, and Kuz over at Kuz's Corner. If you guys don't know who Kuz is, he's awesome. He follows West Virginia and also a lot of college football stuff. He had an opportunity with connecting with a website out there that needs people to write content for them about some of their favorite teams. He offered up. He's like, would you want to do Boise State stuff? I'd be like, absolutely, I'll do Boise State stuff. So we'll see how that goes, man. I'd love to do something like that. So you guys will be seeing more of me, not less. But again, I see some of you guys falling off. I'll let you guys go. I really appreciate everything. You guys are the best. But again, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Appreciate it, guys. I'll see you guys later. I am out.